Hello everyone. Um, we're getting another gap up today. I don't know what to say. It's going pretty crazy market. It looks like we're still not even close to the dot com bubble extension. Like it's like 30% above the 150 EMA. We're only now 15% above it, and no sign of slowing down or parabolic volume like or a price extension. And also lots of skepticism in the social media and the news. I think maybe MXL, Mass Linear, maybe AAOI. Yeah, maybe I'll try by finding an entry today. Not sure. And selling some in the strength like EMPH, I think. I really believe this market is once in a decade, maybe, or at least 5 years. Something like this is like back in 2020. SK Hynix is now closing above the 2 million Korean won. Just 1 year ago, it's like it's 10x in just in 1 year. I think yeah, that's all the trades today. Finished trading today. Intel was a bit late. I think the best one is down here, or maybe this 1 minute candle after it reclaims the 9 EMA, or just using the 1 minute candle breakout. Space names are gapping up and having a really strong follow through. Quantums are pulling back today. App, yeah, I got stopped out from AOI. MXL also. Yeah. Maybe like today's a gap up day. It will be harder to trade, to find an entry, or easier to get shaken out. Yeah, I think this breakout on app is pretty good on the weekly and both the daily. Like technical wise, it's really nice. But I think that the theme is not I don't know. I would like to focus more on the AI or semis related theme instead of the software, and app is not like a really hot stocks in the software sector right now. I think the better one is the cybersecurity ones. But I don't think it's a bad idea to buy today. Got started on Intel too. I think that is the punishment of not getting it early. Which do you think is better idea, to chase strong names now or simply sit out and wait for next pullback? There's no better idea. I kind of chased today's gap up and breakout simply because I have a pretty decent profit cushions, and I'm just trying to like if you like something like this, the crowd or the cybersecurity names are doing, they're buying every day and then simply set the stop at the low of day, trying to like get the most out of this crazy rally. And I understand that buying this type of breakout, like chasing the gap up, is not like the win rate is definitely gonna be lower than waiting for the pullbacks. But what if there are no pullbacks in the coming weeks? And I think I would rather like take like maybe 1 to 2% risk and to aim for the crazy, like the straight up rally. Like that would be, I think it could be a good risk reward play if it works out in the end. But if it didn't, and I think it's okay to just give the 1 to 2% profits back. And especially when the market is so strong, and I don't think the sentiments are that bullish enough. A lot of people are still questioning, and I believe these times I wanted to be like more bullish than I want. Like it could be like a life-changing type of market. How many screens I watch stocks the same time? I have only one screen. Entry on Tesla is on the pullback. Having the 60-minute pullback into the 921 EMA. And I think any of the like Tuesday or Wednesday is perfectly fine. I think it's really good actually for the weekly on the weekly charts. Actually, I think Friday is also a really good one too. Like it also pulls back into the anchor fee web. And the 9 EMA, if I think it like 1, 2, 3, 4, I could buy every single day on Tesla last week. I think every day, yeah, any one of them is good enough. Would I withdraw some capital to create passive income? I only withdraw when I need the money. So most of my profits are reinvested. Nvidia pulls back to the 21 EMA and the previous high. Yeah, I like the opening fade and the shakeouts. Yeah, it just touched the 21 EMA and then found support and rally into the height of day. But definitely it's a little bit, Nvidia is a bit lagging than other semi stocks, like the really mega cap stocks. But anyway, a really good action, like a bullish action. Oh, I want to see. Any thoughts on crypto? Yeah, Galaxy weekly chart is looking pretty decent. A little bit illiquid. I want it to be like trading more than $200 million volume, hopefully. especially it's a like 11 billion market cap stock. I think a $100 million volume on a 11 billion market cap stock is a bit too low. Yeah, kind of like crypto sections today, and also on weekend, Saturday especially. We're gonna keep an eye on them. Like the current extension on Nasdaq is just like is something like here. It's like around 15% above the 150 EMA. So in 1998 context, we are only like the extension is something like here. It's like not even beyond the half of this move, and it's also a lockout rally after the correction. And this is the dot-com bubble top in early 2000. It's really hard to imagine a market like this. And QCOM actually started its rally from early 1999. So it's actually not the leader, I believe. I suppose it's not the leader in the first rally of the lows. And it starts to catch up in the middle part of the rally, and then made in the middle of the rally 2000% move in less than a year. So here is where QCOM has started its rally. So it's the first pullback after the lockout rally, the first leg high up, the first leg up, and the first pullback into the 50 EMA, and then we enters like some choppy periods. But QCOM is going straight up. So maybe we're seeing more and more, maybe stocks making more than 1000% move in the coming months, and they are actually not yet started their rally, the stage 2 uptrend. It is possible. And I actually think it really fits. It really fits the context right now. Like the first leg higher, many people not trusting this one. And after the first pullback, like all those traders, all those people missing the first leg up, starting to like get into positions and trying to buy the dips. Like, oh, finally a pullback into the 50 EMA, and then they turned up and continues the uptrend. No, I got stopped out from MXL. Yeah, I place hard stops. So when the price hit my stop, I guess I'm out. I'm using normal stop order, not limit. So I'll be selling I'll be selling on market order instead of using a limit order pre-market. If a stock gap down, pre-market, I'm going to wait for the open and let the order execute automatically, or maybe just wait for the first 5 or 15 minutes to let the spread a little bit lower. AOI is still a valid pullback play, even though I got stopped out twice today. Well, I consider Fly last Friday was a good entry. I think that's a perfect one. I talked about this last Friday on stream. Yeah, I think this is a really good one, really good breakout. Especially it opens near the height of the previous day, so you can easily you have a really tight stop on the opening range breakout. But maybe it's too fast. It could be. I think the first 1 minute, yeah, you have to probably you need to enter at the first 1 minute, or you can enter at the maybe the end of VWAP pullback, or the 9 EMA pullback and the breakout after it, or this 1 minute reclaim like a wake off spring on the end of VWAP and the 1 minute candle reclaim. But on the daily or the 16 minute is really good. It just especially on Thursday, the range is tight and closing pretty strong, closing above all the EMAs, above the daily 9 EMA too. I believe oil, if I can trade oil like this, anchor VWAP from the swing high and the 4 hour 50 EMA is a really good spot, really good entry spot, or a key level to focus on. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you. Will I do a swing trading school? Probably maybe later. Maybe after I made 10 million. So if one day you see me doing swing trading school, then probably I hit the 10 million target. would you consider doing one-to-one mentorship? I definitely not at the moment or in the near future. But if I'm gonna start it, I'm probably like do it on stream. So like I want it's not only the one trader, the one people can benefit from it, but like more people can learn or maybe just knowing about other people's story. So it would be like an open lecture. So like everybody can come, and it's gonna be free. I'm not gonna collect any money. Looks like AOI is not finding support today. Learned so much last month. We said you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I'm 50. Wow. Thanks for your kind words. Really appreciate that. I wish, I hope I can be you when I'm in 50. Can still be open-minded and willing to learn from the younger generation. It's really hard, I think. I always try to remind myself to not be a boomer. ONDS 5-minute opening range breakouts. Ooh, it's a really, really tricky one. Yeah, it's a really tricky one. I won't enter it. I won't enter it today because it's under all the EMAs and they're all trending down. Also the weekly too. So it's like opening below the weekly EMAs and rallying into them. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna catch this one. Never mind 50. What about 61? Man, I'm gonna learn from you guys, and yeah, I'm gonna keep learning. When I'm 60. AOI bouncing at the 60-minute and the daily 9 EMA again. Oh, I don't know. IO and Q today at the anchor VWAP. Since the gap up. Ooh, but I think, is that a shakeout? Yeah, it's probably a shakeout below the anchor VWAP. Yeah, I consider this is an entry too, but I don't think you can catch this wick, and if you catch the previous ones, you get stopped out. Very unfortunately. Yeah, but I agree that today could be an entry, although a little bit extended from the 9 EMA. But on the certain really fast moving stocks, or like after a gap up, I agree, like the anchor VWAP from the gap up is the first layer of support that I'm interested in. Okay, MU. Oh, I've entered a lot of semiconductor names. They're highly correlated and trace beta to SPY. Why hold so many overlapping positions instead of concentrating into one or two with larger size? To prevent individual stock risk. Like, is this? I forgot there's a name. Market risk and individual risk, something like that. Specific risk. Yeah, I think that's the term. I don't think AOI is going away just yet. But maybe not today. Maybe we need a little bit more time, but yeah. But the indices is now pulling back into maybe the 15-minute 9 EMA. And I really like how the EMAs are tightened up in the 16-minute chart. Yeah, I don't have a rule for that. What was your 2025 gain percentage if I exclude the leverage? I mean, if I'm not using any margin, then I don't have an exact number, but probably only like maybe 300 or 400%, maybe. Yeah, but it's definitely less than, like, I think more than half of my gains are from the margin. Last year, in some periods, I think I reached like maybe like 300% long, or even 350% long at the very end of the move, and then I gave some back. So generally, when you really stretch out your buying power, that's probably near the end of the rally, and especially like the market has been going up for several months. Do you see an improvement in your buying power if you have shorts and longs together in your portfolio? From my understanding, if you're not having a margin account, you can't short. I think I would give AOI the last chance if it breaks out from this 5-minute candle or a 15-minute candle. And talking about like calculating the position size, recently I found out like calculating your position size based on the current portfolio value versus the previous ones. Like, for example, if I'm actually using a similar, I think actually the same sizing for Intel or MXL or AOI to the previous positions that I've entered like days ago, and I found it like easier to handle, and I can control the drawdown much easier than like raising my sizing when I starting to get traction and starting to build up a lot of like unrealized profits. Generally, two reasons for that. I think the first one is you gotta have a lower win rate when you're entering the new positions, because generally when there are lots of original positions that are working and going up, that means that the market is probably a little bit stretched to the upside, and you get a lower win rate for that. So it helps to reduce the drawdown. And the second one is it prevents, like, I think it's a similar thing, but it prevents a larger than expected drawdown when the market starting to reverse. Like, imagine if the market starting to pull back and like to lose the 9 EMA, and a lot of my positions are going to like rolling over, and lots of the profits are going to vanish. And together with the larger sizing new trades and the larger risk that I've taken from the new trades, then it will like amplify your drawdown. And on the other hand, I don't want it to like get too affected by the new trades, because sometimes if you are getting a maybe like a losing streak, like I think I consider today is a little bit, it's a kind of losing streak today. And if I'm taking a larger size, then sometimes mentally it will affect your decision making for like holding your existing winners. Sometimes you will feel panic because you have lost some in your new trades, and then you start considering booking the profits or selling the winners early. I think I sell some into strength on EMPH, 15%. How do I deal with drawdowns? Like, what if I lose 10 trades in a row? I would try to like take a rest, like stop trading for 1 to 2 days at least. But it really depends, because sometimes maybe like really the another day there are lots of new opportunities coming in, then you still have to take it. Like I will still take it, but yeah, most of the time I will try to stop trading for at least 1 day, like to do a little bit of refresh, or mentally reset, and then I'll try to find the really good opportunities that you're really confident in, and definitely like starting size small. Like now I'm using like on 3% risk per trade, and I think it's really small to me, because even if I'm losing 10 trades in a row, I'll get a 3% drawdown around, and I consider it a pretty mild drawdown, and I can recover from it pretty easily compared to like maybe like a 10% or a 15%. I mean, mathematically, recovering from a 3% drawdown and a 10% drawdown is pretty different. But yeah, I think I made a mistake is to back in 2024, like one of the biggest mistake I made was increasing my risk per trade when I'm in a drawdown, and I really learned a tough lesson. Like never increase your risk when you are in a drawdown, when you are getting a losing streak. I think if you can prevent risking more when you are in a losing streak, you will still be fine, unless you are crazily over trading, like you are like doing 30 trades per day, and then you keep getting stopped out. If my stop was not hit intraday, but I have no profit cushion for a new position, do you hold it overnight or scale down the position? I'm just going to hold it overnight. Can I explain my re-entry on Intel? Yeah, I missed the pullback on the 9 EMA and the anchor VWAP, and yeah, I just bought the weekly breakout. Like I think it's kind of like a weekly breakout, and yeah, I think in short it's just I missed the pullback and then I'm buying it a bit higher. I'm giving the last try on AOI today. Like less than 1% risk. I mean the stop less than 1%. I think only like 0.2% risk, or maybe even less on this trade. So I'm gonna call it a day here. Pretty tough day. Like maybe I'm chasing a little bit, but yeah, I kind of expect that. Hopefully I'm not gonna shake out. Not gonna get shaken up from the existing positions. Yeah, and I think the market is doing pretty well today, actually. Yeah, so thank you guys for coming, and see you in the next one.